Namaste. Hi there, it's me, Stacey Lei. Welcome to yoga and thank you for joining me. I'll be guiding you from South India today and I'm so glad you could join me on this adventure. This being said, anything can happen. Today there are a lot of street vendors outside. I hear a lot of dogs and a lot of cows. So hopefully they won't interrupt us too much. Thanks for coming along for the ride. This session is a combination of the sun salutation and the moon salutation, two very traditional series that I've adapted and modified a little bit. They'll be a bit more accessible to you and a little bit interesting. And we'll be focusing on two areas that we don't often pay much attention to, our hands and our feet. So this session is sun and moon, hands and feet. We'll be moving down to our mat for part of the series, so you'll need a mat or a carpet. And you could have a small hand towel in your space to pad your knees if you feel you might need that. Also, I'd like you to have a yoga block in your space. And if you don't have a block, a thick, sturdy cushion from your sofa will do just fine. Once you're ready to join me, come into your space, step your feet hip distance apart. Place your hands together right at your heart and press your thumbs into your sternum. Widen through your shoulders and stand tall. So this posture is called Samasti Tihi, standing at attention to yourself. So attend to yourself right now. I invite you to close your eyes and notice the length of your neck and just draw your crown up a bit and draw your shoulders down to lengthen your neck. Tuck your chin a little bit to flatten through the back of your neck. Depress and widen your shoulders. Widen through your rib cage, lengthen through your spine, engage your abdominals, and draw your tailbone down towards the ground just a bit as you feel your lower back lengthening. Engage your seat muscles, your glutes, but don't squeeze them too tight, just a little bit engaged. Now lift your thighs up off your knees. And now with your eyes closed, just lift your toes off the ground and wiggle them a little bit and place them back down again. With your eyes closed, bring your hands by your sides. Place your palms on your thighs and press into your thighs. Let's do that inventory one more time from the top of your head. Lengthen your neck. Widen your shoulders. Widen through your ribs. Engage your abdominals. Engage your seat. Tailbone draws down. Thighs engaged. Lift your toes up, wiggle just a little bit, and place all 10 toes down again. Take a deep breath in. And a long exhale. Fully alive and aware from head to toe. Very gently blink your eyes open. Hi, welcome back. Bring your hands to your lower back and interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders a few times and then draw your shoulders down your back. Now that you feel that your neck is stretching, look down at your feet so you can tuck your chin in towards your chest. Lift your toes up and wiggle them again. And then place them down once again. Lift your head up and lift your right heel up and lower it back down. Let's do this a few more times. Lift and lower, lift and lower. I'll refer to this in today's class as a foot fold. As you fold your foot almost in half. Hold the next one up with your heel in the air and now roll across the bones on the front of your foot. This part of your foot is called your forefoot, and I'd like you to feel your 5 metatarsal heads, as if you're playing the piano. The bone under your big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, bring, 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 just rolling side to side. And bring your heel down, and let's do this on your left side. Foot fold. You might hear a few snaps and crackles as you start to circulate the fluid in your feet. You're increasing your flexibility and the mobility of your foot. Hold your heel up, please. And now roll across your forefoot, specifically rolling onto the metatarsal heads. The heads, the top part of your metatarsal bones. And you have 5 of those. Brink, 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 just like you're playing the piano. Now place your heel down and we'll pedal from side to side. So foot folds on the right and the left, right and the left. Plant your feet down, lean over towards your left, lift your right foot and tuck your toes. I'll do this from the side. Tuck your toes and try to lay the top part of your foot onto your mat or carpet. Now you can stay here if you'd like, or if you'd like to take this into a deeper stretch, just bend your knees. This might feel a little bit uncomfortable. We don't do it very often, but we should. Take a deep breath in, a long exhale. Come back up and flatten your foot. Now let's do the other side. So you'll shift your weight over to the right, tuck your toes. So we actually want to move beyond just the toes and eventually roll down so that the top of your foot is resting on the ground. You're stretching the top part of your foot. A deep breath in, a nice long exhale. Come back up and flatten your feet. Now take your hands by your sides and gently roll your ankles out so that you're on the pinky edge of your foot. There shouldn't be any pain, but there could be some discomfort. And then roll in. Same thing, a little discomfort, no pain. So let's rock out and roll in. Now if you feel pain, don't do it. You've probably gone a little bit too far. Our ankles are typically pretty stiff, so this is an excellent exercise for you to do, and it is very safe, but you want to take care of yourself. Now you might notice that one of these 2 positions is a little less comfortable. Choose the less comfortable position now and hold it there. For me, this position is less comfortable, so I know that I need more of it. Inhale. Exhale. Flatten your feet. Shift over to your left foot and lift your right leg. Now if you need help with your balance, you could place your fingers on a wall or a countertop. Just roll your right ankle in one direction and then in the other direction. Plant your foot down. Let's do the other side. Shift over to your right leg, lift your left foot up. Roll your ankle in one direction. And now in the opposite direction. Plant your foot down, bring your hands to your lower back just like before. Lengthen your spine and once again look down at your feet. Now lift all 10 of your toes up and then lower them down. Lift up and down. You're actually looking at your toes leaving the ground. And now this time lift up and hold and just tap your big toe down and up, both of them. Your right and your left big toes. Now, this might be a little bit challenging. Just give yourself a little laugh. It's challenging for a lot of people. Our toes are so far away from our brains that if we don't talk to them very often, well, they start to lose their connection. So practicing this exercise on a regular basis would be really good for you if you're not connecting well right now. Relax your toes down. Now lift all 10 toes up again, spread them out wide, place them down, and suction cup the ground. Look at your toes. If your toenails have disappeared, you've curled under a little bit too much. Relax them and do it again. Suction cup the ground and relax. Let's do that 2 more times. Suction cup and release. 1 more time. Suction cup and hold. I'll be referring to this exercise as finding your roots. So let's keep our roots as we start to work on our hands and our wrists. Reach your arms out wide in front of you, so extend your arms, bring your wrists together, and roll your fingers in and out. This is a traditional Qigong exercise called rolling through your bracelets. So now your feet are still working as we start to mobilize your wrists. Reverse your circles, and you can start to open and flourish your fingers as you practice this exercise. Now keep your arms extended, push your palms away, and flip through your wrists up and down, up and down. 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now both hands up, hands by your sides, open as wide as you can. So much that you feel the webbing stretching. It might feel a little bit itchy. Open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. 8, 7, 6, 4, and 3, and 2, and wide open. Bring your hands together and interlace your fingers deeply into the webbing and wiggle. Now flip your hands inside out. You might hear your knuckles crack a little bit. Take your arms up over your head and let's make circles up in the air. And now reverse your circles. If you take a lot of classes with me, you know that this is one of my favorite exercises. Come back into the center, flip your palms back, separate your hands, and sweep all the way down. Now you could wiggle out through your feet. So now we've brought some awareness and attention to our feet and our hands. Let's get moving and let's apply all that new knowledge to our exercises. Bring your feet together so that your ankles are touching. Lift your toes up, spread them out wide, place them down and find your roots. Bring your thumbs to your shoulders with your fingers wide and open your arms up overhead. This is the mountain pose. Now roll your shoulders back, up and back, up and back. Lead with your elbows. Thumbs pointed back behind you. That feels so nice. Keep your neck nice and long. Hold the next one back, palms wide open. Press back through your thumbs and open up your heart. Now simultaneously draw your tailbone down to lengthen through your lower back. Lift your chin up. These are your cactus arms. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, bend your knees and simultaneously sweep your hands down. Place your hands on your thighs. Straighten and bend your legs. Straighten and bend your legs. 2 more times. Straighten and bend. Last time. And now stand tall. Samasti Tihi. A deep breath in. A long exhale. Let's just practice that series one more time, you facing me, and then we'll start to practice it to the side. Find your roots. Fingers wide. Reach up, the mountain pose. Open up, cactus your arms just one time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sweep down, bend your knees. Straighten, bend, straighten and stand. Samasti Tihi. Now, let's practice that series facing the left side of the room. You could pedal through your heels a few times. And then bring your ankle bones together, lift your toes up, find your roots. Inhale, reach up, the mountain pose. Open up, cactus your arms, elbows back, tailbone down. Inhale, reach up high, mountain pose. Exhale, sweep your arms down, bend your knees. Straighten your legs. Bend your legs again and hold. Transfer both hands to your left thigh. Step back with your right foot. A nice high lunge. Now check out my back foot. A deep foot fold. The heel is up. Bend your back leg. And here we have high lunge with a foot fold. A deep breath in, a long exhale. Now keep your hands on your thighs as you slowly lower down to the floor. If you would like to pad your knee, please take your towel and slide it under your knee now. Take a deep breath in and a long exhale. Walk your hands down to the floor and come into tabletop. So if you haven't placed the towel underneath your knee and you want to, now's the best time to do it. Both feet here are in foot fold. Press your knees off the ground, straighten your legs, high plank. Bend your legs, gently lower down. The more control you have with your feet, the more you'll be able to control how your knees land. Press up to high plank. Come down to tabletop. Chaturanga, your hands are wide. Lower your chest down in between your hands. Come all the way down, lower down, and relax on the ground. Slide your legs back behind you. Bring your forearms onto the floor and lift your heart forward. Press your shoulders down. If you feel any compression in your lower back, you could take your legs a little bit wider. Now press down into the tops of your feet. A deep breath in, a long exhale. Let's take another breath here. Inhale, and as you exhale, open your fingers as wide as you can. Press down through your elbows, lengthen through your spine. Flip your palms and walk back up to tabletop, and then all the way back to wide-legged child's pose. So sink your hips back behind you and reach your arms forward. If this posture is not very comfortable, you can place your block underneath your seat or place your block underneath your head, but we won't be here long. Just take a deep breath in and one long exhale. Shift forward to tabletop, foot fold. Exhale and engage your core muscles. And now hover your knees off the ground and press into downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Pedal through your heels one at a time. One heel up, then the other heel up. Deep foot folds. Now lift both heels high and lift your right leg up into the air. You could stretch up towards the ceiling, or you could point towards the back wall behind you. Please point your toes. And now step wide to the side. Place your foot down gently. And then toe heel, shimmy your foot into the center. You could bend your knee as you're doing this in a low lunge. And as soon as you're ready, press your knee up, high lunge. Walk your hands to your thigh. Shoulders back, spine nice and long. Hands to your heart. Twist towards me, twist back to center. Twist towards me, back to center. Place both hands on your right thigh. Step both feet together. Bend your knees, straighten your legs. Bend your knees, stand tall. Samasti Tihi. A deep breath in, a long exhale. Take a big step back with your right leg. Keep your legs straight. Pivot towards me. And now let's pivot towards the right. Step your feet together. Inhale, reach up the mountain pose, fingers wide. Exhale, cactus your arms, fingers wide, shoulders back. Inhale, reach up high mountain. Exhale, sweep your hands down to your thighs. Straighten your legs, bend your legs and hold. Transfer both hands to your right thigh. Step back with your left leg. A deep foot fold in the back, so keep your heel up, and then draw your tailbone down towards the floor as you bend your knee. High lunge. Find your balance as you use your roots in the front foot and foot fold in the back foot. Now lower your knee all the way down to the ground. low lunge. Just take a moment here. Inhale and exhale. If you need to rearrange your little towel, you could do that right now. Looking down towards the ground, place both hands onto your mat. Sweep your leg back to tabletop. You should have a nice deep foot fold here in both feet. Now press up to high plank. Lower back down. Press up to high plank, pushing through your heels and lower down. Fingers very wide. Shift your heart between your hands and lower your chest down towards the floor, chaturanga. Keep lowering, down and down and down, lower all the way down, and then lower your hips. Separate your feet wider than your hips, tops of your feet on the floor. Forearms come in front of you. This is called the Sphinx pose. Now draw your chest in between your arms. Open your fingers as wide as you can. Feel the tops of your feet pressing down into your mat. You'll feel your legs straighten out. A deep breath in. A long exhale. Flip your palms down to the ground. Slide your hands back towards your body and come into tabletop. Fold your toes, so foot fold. Exhale, engage your core muscles and hover your knees above the ground. Lift your hips and press into downward facing dog. Allow your head to hang heavy. You could shake your head from side to side if you like. And now pedal through your heels, one heel, then the other heel, just alternating your foot folds. Please lift both of your heels up, and now lift your left leg up into the air. So you could reach your leg back behind you towards the back wall or up towards the ceiling. The choice is yours. Please point your toe. Now lift your eyes and look forward. And get ready to step forward with your left leg. A big wide step to the side. And then take your time shimmying your foot towards the middle of the mat. Walk both hands up to your thigh. And to gain your balance, you could bend your bottom knee if that feels best for you. But then press up when you're ready. Find your balance. Hands to your heart, elbows high. Twist towards me. Twist back to center. Twist towards me. Back to center. Both hands on your front thigh. Step forward, chair pose. Straighten your legs. Bend your legs. Straighten your legs. Hinge up, stand tall. Samasti Tihi. Step your left foot back behind you, legs straight. Turn towards me. Deep breath in and a long exhale. That was our sun salutation. I hope you're feeling warm from the inside or feeling like the sun is shining on you. Right now, you've increased the warmth and the heat in your body, so you should feel that your inner sun is glowing. Move towards the left side of your mat and bring your feet together. Let's move on to the moon salutation. Inhale, reach up high, the mountain pose. Now hold here. Interlace your fingers deeply into the webbing and point your index finger up. Half moon towards your right. Now just hold this posture. Find your roots. So open your toes, place your toes down and suction cup the ground. Lift your thighs up off your knees and now bump your hips to the left. Focusing on your upper body now. Draw your top shoulder back just a little bit and now stretch through your fingers. Inhale and exhale. Take your arms back up overhead, hands to your heart, and take a big wide step to your right. Turn your toes out to the corners of the room and sink down low. This is the goddess pose. A deep breath in, a long exhale. Reach up high, star pose, fingers really wide, taking up space. Exhale, goddess pose. Hands to your thighs. Hinge forward. And now reach for your block. Now you can use your block at any height, the lowest, medium, or highest position. Bend both knees, then straighten your legs. Bend both knees, straighten your legs. 2 more times. Bend and straighten. Last time. Bend and straighten. Now bend your knees. Move the block out of your space and bring your hands to your thighs. Skandasana, we're lunging from side to side, to the right and to the left. Now, an advanced approach to this posture would be to lift your toes up and dorsiflex your ankle. If you don't feel stable or comfortable doing that, you don't have to. You could keep your feet on the floor. Just flow from side to side in a way that feels good to you. And now hold over to your right side, both feet flat. Hinge your torso up and pivot your back foot so that your toes are pointed towards me. Pivot your front foot so that your toes are pointed to the right side of the room. Keep your hand on your front thigh. Stretch over towards the right. This is called the extended side angle. And I'd like you to stretch and reach from your fingertips, hands wide, all the way down to your foot. Press into the pinky edge of your foot, as if you're wearing an ice skate and you're driving the blade of your ice skate into the ice. And now big cartwheel arms, come up and stretch your front arm, looking up, stretching up beyond your fingertips. Peaceful warrior. Come forward, extended side angle. One more time, peaceful warrior. Bring your hand down, pivot towards me, goddess pose. Turn your toes forward and hinge your body back up. Take a big step over to your left. Sweep your arms up. Half moon to the right. Inhale, reach up. Hands to your heart. Samastitihi, a deep breath in and a long exhale. Now step over towards the right side of your mat. Inhale, reach up, the mountain pose. Interlace your fingers, index finger points up, and now stretch over to your left. Lift your toes up, spread them out, find your roots. Lift your thighs up off your knees, and now bump, bump, bump your hip towards the right side of the room. Stretch from your fingertip to your hip. Top shoulder comes back just a little bit. Inhale and exhale. Come back up. Hands to heart. Step wide. Toes out. Goddess pose. Star pose. Goddess pose and hold. Hands to thighs. Hinge forward. Skandasana. You might be dorsiflexing or not. The choice is yours. Lunge over to your left side. Hinge your body up. Pivot your back foot, your right foot, towards me. Your left foot towards the left side of the room. Your left hand on your thigh. Stretch. Extended side angle. Sweep up. Peaceful warrior. Extended side. Peaceful warrior. Extended side. I think we did an extra one on this side. That's okay. And a little extra peaceful on this side. Sweep your hand down, straighten your front leg, pivot your toes towards me. Legs are wide. Step your left foot to meet your right foot. Big step. Sweep your arms up. And half moon to your left. Inhale, reach up. Mountain pose. Exhale your hands to your heart. Now step your feet apart wide. Interlace your fingers and flip your hands inside out. Open your arms wide and take your hands to your lower back. Look down and lift your toes up and look at how much more alive they are. Lower your toes down, pedal through your feet a few times. And now bring your hands to your heart in Namaskar. I hope you had a good experience with me today because I had a great time guiding you through the sun and the moon, our hands and our feet. Say to yourself, self, I'm proud of you for showing up. You're a slightly different person than you were just 30 minutes ago, and you're moving in the right direction. I look forward to guiding you once again very soon. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy.